Well, the blings have stopped happening with regularity, so I think most people are here, ready to go. So we'll fire away, and then if others join us, that'll be good too. So welcome everybody to I've lost count now. I think this is our fourth, maybe, Argiad talk since we started in the fall. Happy to see everybody for Alexander and others themed papers. Those of you who aren't on my regular email list, do remind me and I'll add you to it. We have in March, I'll just say it now while I remember, I'm hosting my Many Faces of War hybrid conference. And so we'll actually have a number of sessions that are on ancient history. One session in particular with Sabine and others is on Alexander the Great. So that will be our specialist Argiad network session for March, and it'll be on a Thursday, whatever that Thursday in March is, March the 6th. But the conference goes 6th and 7th. So I'll share that with the group again with the Zoom links. There's 4 or 5 different panels on ancient history. So it should be relatively interesting if any of you are free to drop in. It would be good to see you. And I'm still looking for an April. So if anybody has interest in a paper you want to share for the April session, let me know. Otherwise, we'll fire on with our February talk. I'm delighted to welcome Reyhan Korpe from Turkey, who's digging at the Battle of the Granicus. And so he's going to talk to us about Alexander the Great and the Battle of Granicus. So fire away whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Graham, and thank you, everyone. You see and you heard my little conference. Before I talk about, I'm not expert Alexander the Great and not expert a great history. I'm an archaeologist and ancient historian. Çanakkale and Çanakkale 18 Mart University or University. And I talk to you from Çanakkale. Very close and very near, and my office window opposite the Hellespont, very close to Hellespont. I will be near the Hellespont, and I work Çanakkale 18 Mart University, and I also I co-director Troy exhibition and nearly 30 years, for 30 years we work Troy and throughout excavating. But I can say I couldn't any excavating at Granicus area. I just only survey. I conduct only survey. Nearly 15 years ago, we started that survey with Brian Ross, first Cincinnati University, then now UPenn University of Pennsylvania, my colleague from Troy excavation. Then 2 years ago, we started again Granicus battlefield area survey, and not just survey, we surveyed not just Granicus battlefield. We also Alexander the Great route from Troy to Granicus route we surveyed from 2 years we made it. Okay. Everybody know Alexander the Great and his battles from his start from here, from Granicus then to India, but he started just from here, Granicus. Before Granicus, we can look his route. Ancient historians, Arianus and other historians talk about Alexander the Great route. He came from Macedonia via Gallipoli Peninsula and with his army. Then they came to Sestos and his army crossed Sestos to Abydos with ships. Alexander the Great walked west of peninsula and he first visited Protesilaus tumulus. You can see Protesilaus tumulus from Troia, and you can see also Hellespont very close upside the Troy. And now the Protesilaus tumulus is very long mold. In first war, French archaeologists excavated here, and they found something from maybe temple, Protesilaus temple. Then Alexander crossed the Hellespont, and again ancient sources talk about it. He walked Asia. You can see this coast near the Troy and Hellespont, Asian coast. This also you see Scamander, river of Scamander river. Homer mentioned it, river, and most probably Alexander stepped maybe 1 or 2 kilometers this shore. Then he walked to second visit Achilles tumuli near the Troy. Also, everybody know Troy wars. That tumuli very interesting. We 1999 or early 1920, we excavated there. Before us, Shiloman, the first excavator, Troy, excavating that tumuli. Also, we excavate there, but we couldn't any bone from Achilles. But we saw that tumuli before natural a small hill. But when Alexander the Great came here near Achilleans, they grow up the tumuli. Then Achilles went to Troy, visit Troy, and when he came to Troy, Troy is very miserable town. And in Athens, Athena temple, they gave him, these shields, Achilles shields. And then he went to, he continued to route. He came near Abydos, and a small town, Arispe, and you see my town, my city, Çanakkale, or university at here, and Alexander the Great and his army meet Arispe, near the Arispe. Arispe is a very small town. It founded 7th century BC, and a couple of years ago they were founded, and this small city, but never excavated here. Then continued to Granicus. This route, I made it, Alexander Great, from Abydos, Arispe, to Granicus route. He went to Granicus 3 days or 4 days. They made 3 times camp. This first camping area, Percote. And 10 years or 10 years ago, we locate this small town, modern Umur Bey village, Turkish village, near Percote. This ancient town founded like Arispe, and all ancient cities or towns throughout the 7th century. Not excavating before, but we found many things, pottery and sarcophags and terracottas. And Alexander the Great continued Granicus, but we don't know. He went to Lampsakos. We're not sure he went to Lampsakos, but I think he didn't go to Lampsakos, but he turned to east and this area very mountains area, but we know some ancient route and ancient paths that area. Most probably Alexander and his army used this road. And second camping area, maybe somewhere here, and we found many places and ancient places and tumulus before here. And then Alexander continued, and Arianus said that he walked near the colony to Hermione. We know colony this field, on the field, and saw many things and ancient things there. There was a Byzantine castle and also ancient, maybe little town. This town first time Lamseken's they found it, this colony, and then Arianus mentioned Hermion. Colony we know, and Kipet first time saw that colony, but Hermion is a big problem that area because some settlers say that Hermion must be north near Parion, ancient Parion. But nobody found that Hermion, but I think we found last year. And this small town, Arianus mentioned it, most probably Lamsekenus found it in 6th or 7th century. We found this little town, and we found pottery and church, you see, and it's great ones, archaic grey ware, archaic grey pottery, when maybe the town built it, found it, they used the grey, and this red, this something, some pottery, archaic, classic, Hellenistic, and Roman shirts, and some shirts, most probably, when Alexander the Great went this place, this town, and people lived there. We also found some something and reliefs are 4th century reliefs from Alexander the Great times, and we think this place most probably must be Hermion. Then Alexander the Great went near the Hermion, and the second, third, or last camping area. This camping area maybe 10 or 12 kilometers to Granicus. If army start to walk from and he came to Granicus at noon, afternoon, like that, like ancient nation. Okay. Yes, this route before me, Yudi, Yanke, and also Hammond, these guys came throughout Çanakkale, and they walk this route. And Yudi, in Yudi map, you see Hermion close to Marion. He thought Marion must be close to Marion, but we found Marion here. If Marion close to Marion at north, Alexander the Great army walked to Granicus to north side, like that. And you see that Ejegöl, north of Ejegöl, and they came Granicus here. And this map, Yanker, he walked this road, and he said that Marion must be there. And two roads, he said two roads, Alexander the Great, he took to north, and Ejegöl to north, he came to Granicus. And also Hammond, Alexander the Great route like that. All ancient historians and archaeologists think Alexander the Great and army came to Granicus from north, like that. But I think if my little town is Marion, but I surveyed all everywhere, but I couldn't find any settlement over there. I only found a small town, Marion here. And I think Alexander the Great's army from last camp, he walked to Granicus and somewhere Ejegöl, small Ejegöl. And my opinion, Alexander came sort of Ejegöl to Granicus. Yes, from last camp area, I think Alexander the Great, last camp area, and he went to Granicus. Yes, I think Alexander the Great came Abydos to Granicus, this route, and other route, Persians came to Granicus from Zeleia. Zeleia near the Dascleon, Hellespontus Phrygian center, satrap center, and Persian army came to Zeleia and then to Granicus or Didymathekia. First of all, Zeleia, 10 years ago, everybody know Zeleia near the Sarıköy, but we think not at Sarıköy because we found nothing at Sarıköy that time, and we found Zeleia maybe 10 kilometers east. And also, our surveys 10 years ago, we found some road, some ancient road, most probably Persians or Persians armies, they used this ancient road. They cut the rock, small rock, and they made the road. And this route from Zelaya to Didymathekia, and this picture from ancient Persian castle, to Granicus battlefield area. Then, yes, when Alexander the Great came, Granicus River, Çınar Köprü, Akköprü village, Çınar Köprü, Adliye village, Akköprü village, and now there's a small little Ege girl died 50 years ago, and now we couldn't see any lake. They dried it, and most probably he came with army these places, and also the Granicus river, and is now bigger çay, or Kocabaş çay, Turkish names, and second river joined the Granicus river. It's very important. This very big, like Granicus, like bigger çay. It's very important, very big river. This river. Alexander the Great most probably on the north this river or battlefield areas sought point this river, south point, not not south, no. This battlefield, this rivers north, but where? And Alex and Granicus river here, and not big, and maybe one or half meter, and you can walk this river, and not river, also very small stream, like Alexander the Great said that. And then I think when he came to Granicus, Alexander the Great saw this view. And we are very, very lucky because I saw Issus battlefield area. You couldn't see any battlefield, and that battlefield under the town, under the houses, you couldn't see any place. And this I couldn't see Gaugamela and other places also, but this battlefield area very, very clear, very, very clear. When Alexander came, most probably you saw like that. only change now rice field now this plane rice field then maybe Alexander came not in rice field maybe other fields. And also, you can see that hill, one hill there. One hill is very, very important. I talked about it. And also, when he came, he some Persian upside the Granicus river and Persian mercenary and everybody know when battle no Alexander the Great crossed the river, and yes, this sarcophagus we excavated and found maybe 20 years ago near Çan in Çanakkale, a Persian horseman. You see, most probably this colorman like that, this fault the Alexander. And this view from that small hill to Granicus and other upside west bank, the Granicus, and this sunflowers, it look like Greek mercenaries. Look like Greek mercenaries when Alexander army crossed the Granicus and walked this area. He came across this mercenaries. You know. Yes. The place of Granicus battlefield old research before me. First time this river first time Kipert is Biga Çay or Kocabaş Çay identified from Kipert. We also use his map. And Kipert talk battlefield and battle west of Granicus and Ege Göl. Now that light is dry. Kipert thought this river joined the lake and then again joined that river. But then other ancient historians also used first time take Granicus battlefield north of Çınarköprü village, and river, and Alexander the Great army, and Persian army, and Greek mercenaries, and that Gümüşçay, ancient Domatekia, and Çeşmealtı village. And then Yankee also talk same Çınar Köprü here, Çınar Köprü, north of Çınar Köprü, and Granicus River and Alexander Army. And Hammond, he came Granicus and he walked around. He talked very interesting. He talked ancient Granicus when Alexander came in 4th century BC. It's go very close to Gümüşçay Çeşme Altı. This riverbed, ancient riverbed here, not here, here, where Alexander army and Persian army and Greek mercenaries, Gümüşçay and Çeşme Altı. And if you read Granicus, Battle of Granicus, you see everybody think and everybody write like that. The battlefield area north of Çınar Köprü area. Like that. Gümüşçay, Çeşme Altı, Çınar Köprü, and like that because they think Alexander the Great army came, maybe here, came from north to Granicus. And battlefield area now like that. I took this picture at the summer. You can see this marshy area and very low places, here now. And we conduct in 2004, we collaborated with Professor Granicus Granicus survey. We made just 1 year that places, but our survey, we made first time near Çınar Köprü area some core sapling and drilling. We made drilling. All colleagues from Asian University, İlham Kayan made it his team. He worked also at Troy and he made also other places in other ancient places in Turkey, and he came. Granicus, he made some geomorphologic drilling, and then last year we also started a new geomorphologic work there. Granicus area and Ecegöl area, and we saw there was a very large bay, Granicus bay, and Ecegöl and battlefield area that time. Reyhan talk about and other guys say something same. This marsh area, 4th century BC, when battle occurred, there was a marshy area, and we think this place is not suitable for battle, and we think battlefield must be and maybe 2 or maybe 5 kilometers south, like that. 5 kilometers, it must be 5 kilometers south. And this year we also continue to survey that area. We found many things there, and also and this near Gümüşçay, upside this river, Granicus river, not small, but we hear Büyük Bayırı Tepe. It's a hill. And other ancient historians and archaeologists couldn't mention that hill, but this is very important because upside the river, upside the river, and on the hill we made a survey, and we found, you see that here Roman and Hellenistic, late Roman and Hellenistic church, small settlement there. And also we found some bones. These bones, I know, I made many excavating throughout from archaic to Byzantine graves, but these bones not came from grave. We didn't see any sarcophage and other grave stones and other things. These bones came from a fight, and villagers followed their fight, and this bones came from the soil, and we picked up these bones. And in all universities, medical school departments saw these bones, and they told me this old, also what we know, but this man, young, not old, not young, not child, but young man. We don't say this bones from battle Granicus, but this bones from that here, this here very important because ancient historians talk about that Greek mercenaries stay one here. But we know just one hill near the battlefield, that hill, hill, and other historians, ancient historians, plans Greek mercenaries. This not hills. It's a very low, maybe some very low mountains, like mountain, very low, but not one hill. We have just one hill near Gümüşçay, Büyükbayırı, here, and we found some bones, and we think it is here, and from maybe Alexander the Great view from west of Granicus, he saw that hill from west to east. And my opinion now, most probably now, the battlefield area, like from Çınar Köprü to villages, and Gümüşçay, ancient Didymathekia here, and small here, like ancient nation, like that. Maybe we don't know. New battlefield area, my opinion, like that. And last, I mentioned something, maybe you know, maybe not. We excavated there close to Gümüşçay, very large tumuli, and one of them, Polixena tumuli, we excavated very close, and many tumuli. There is this near the battlefield area, Gümüşçay, and other sites, and other places, Marion, Priapos, Hermaion, Pitia, Adresteia, Linon, Harpagia, Didymatheikos, Sidene, and when Persian time, very rich area. Then because we understand when why Persian choice these places for battlefield, and also Arsites, he couldn't destroy his towns, Memnon's opinion. Okay, I can say new battlefield area, new founded bones and other things, but these places we survey, we made survey. Also, we continue survey next years. We couldn't any arrow it and other metal things, sword and some things, because you see this fight, but this time's level, but battlefield, Alexander the Great battlefield time, this fight maybe 8 or 10, sometimes 12 meters deep. Granicus rivers, alluvions covered the field, and we couldn't any better something. But if we are lucky, we will find some arrowhead on the hill and other places. Okay.
Great. Thank you very much. Very fascinating talk. I always love seeing pictures of stuff that I never get to. Great. Any body got any questions about any of this fascinating archaeology? Do you want to start us off with a question? If you can find your, you can type it in the chat if you prefer to. Well, I'll start us off with a question. So it's interesting that, to me, your explanation of it being a larger bay to the south, where we have the marsh now, explains the bit that always confused me as to why Alexander marched across rather than around up to the north. But if it's a bay, then obviously he's cutting the corner off, so it makes more sense that he's going directly west to east in his crossing from the Hellespont, right? So that seems to make more sense to me. Oh, okay, yeah. Yes, right. So if that all the north part is part of the bay, then you're right. The more southerly route makes more sense, because they would have known that they couldn't cross the bay at that point, or didn't want to cross the bay at that point, right?
Yeah. Yeah. If Marion must be near the Marion at the north, then Alexander the Great army came from north, but that time this area is marsh.
Mm-hmm.
It's marsh, and these places and this Uday, Hammond, and other historians think Granicus battlefield area, and now like that, very, very, very low areas now.
Mm-hmm.
Now, and Alexander the Great time, most probably this area, they couldn't walk, and they couldn't fight here.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Yes, good. Any other questions or comments anybody has?
And if you want to visit Granicus River and Troy also, I am here. Really,
Yeah, if I'm in the area, I'll let you know, that's for sure.
yeah.
Yeah. Where did you say the tomb was discovered that you said at the end? The large tomb sarcophagus that you discovered?
This and this.
Yes,
Yes,
that.
these are sixth and fifth centuries before Christ. These are and all things now in new toy museum, and this from Persian time. In Persian time, this very rich area, not just tombs. We found many tombs here, many tombs.
Hmm.
Very rich area in Persian times.
Uh, oh yeah, okay. Great. Very interesting. Any other questions anybody has? Oh, there's a question in the chat. Is there evidence for how the Granicus has changed in 2000 years? That's what
Um,
your survey was showing, no?
this map and blue, light blue map, maybe uh, 7,000 BC, very old times, and by god bigger god Granicus, and 4th century BC, Granicus battle times, most probably by Granicus V, go to north, and I talk about some interesting things. This area, we found pottery only Byzantine time, late Byzantine time, the 10 or 12th century. From Byzantine time, they didn't, they couldn't settle on the area. We think in to Byzantine time, that area very marshy. They couldn't settle.
Hmm. Interesting. Great. Any other questions anybody has?
Can I just ask a question about the hill or the hillock to the east of the river, to the east of the Granicus River? Did you say that you think that the Greek mercenaries had their last stand on that hill?
That hill?
Yes.
Yes.
So do you think would it be possible to have further excavations done somewhere on that hill to see if you can find anything?
We think also if this year, if we saw some interesting and see more important thing, we can excavating that. And also we heard about villagers, maybe 50 years, maybe old. They found something. Some slopes, some things. They told me they found some skeletons with sword. with sword, ancient sword. This year we continue with survey, and if we found important things, we will excavate.
Right. Very interesting.
Yeah, interesting. Great. Any other questions? Yes. Nick, you look like you're about to ask a question. Yeah.
In any reconstruction of the battle, the Macedonian cavalry have to initially in the battle charge uphill up a bank, yeah, and I agree with you. I agree with you that the battle should have been fought as south as possible from the coast, because the river is increasingly enclosed by hills, but from what you've shown me, that doesn't meet the requirement of the cavalry crossing the river and immediately going up the hill.
Thank you, Nicholas. Very great to see you. And very sorry. And you talk again, and I couldn't understand.
Well, the Macedonian cavalry should have crossed the river and charged up a hill, and the river bank doesn't seem to be steep enough in the place that you've shown for this to happen. But I agree that in the traditional reconstructions of the topography of the battle, it is fought too south in marshy land to that be a realistic option. Yeah? They must have charged. They must have crossed the river and charged uphill.
And on the river, many places to cross the Calvary. Many places they could cross. At many places, the Calvary very easy to cross the river upside the hill, the small hill.
Well, yeah, but yeah, admittedly, but I would have to sort of like in the maps you showed of the river plain as it is now, the river flows too much to the west, and the hill, the eminences are to the east.
Yes, I explain again. Sorry. Yes. We made geomorphologic course something, and we saw the riverbed never change. The riverbed never change, but late 19th century, 200 years ago, maybe, north of Çınar Köprü, near the Priapos, villagers changed the river. But in ancient times, this riverbed never change.
Mm.
Never change. The river flow the same course. Same course.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Interesting. So could the river have been a lot deeper? Did you manage to find that in your survey, that it could have been deep and have the steep banks that are mentioned in the sources?
Sorry?
Could the river have been, did your survey show how deep the old course of the river could have been, that it could have had steep banks that are described in the sources, or did that not turn up?
You can easily cross the river and 1.5 meters in summer times. You can cross.
You can now, yeah, but in 2,000 years ago, could
And
it
we
have
don't
been?
know. We don't know.
Yeah, okay.
I
That's what I
don't
wanted to
know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I didn't know if the surveys might have shown how, if
Yeah,
it had been deeper.
I don't know.
Hmm.
But
Interesting.
now you can walk.
Yeah, now it's not steep at all, right? It's not.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Good. Any other questions anybody has about any of this fascinating stuff? No? Everybody sufficiently satisfied? Okay, well, thank you, Reyhan, for a fascinating talk. And thank you everybody for coming. And hopefully we'll see you all at our future ones. Well, and in other ones.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'd just like to say thank you for a very interesting presentation. Huh?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, thank you.
We already you can see and you can came visit our survey always. I am happy to.
Thank you for the presentation. Yeah.
Yes. Very interesting. I look forward to the next versions of what you find when you're
Yeah.
examining. Great.
You.
Okay, well, thank you everybody. I think I'll end it there, and we'll see you in a month or so, hopefully, if not before. Farewell. Thanks again, Reyhan.
Thank you.
Thank you, too. Thank you, too. See you again.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.